What's up, guys? Welcome back to Sunday Sports Club podcast, a podcast all about, well, it's actually not all about sports. Sometimes it is and sometimes it's not. And today is one of those times that it actually is about sports, told by a woman, and that woman is me. Hi, guys. I'm Allison Kuch. And today we are joined by somebody who is like begging me to be on the podcast. His name is Isaac Kuch.
You had to get the joke in somewhere, so...
So today we are going to be talking all about post-football retirement, what's next, exciting things, and kind of like what life has looked like and how you're feeling post-football career. The craziest thing to me about guys retiring from the NFL after like a pretty significant career is that football is essentially all you've ever known.
Yeah, I mean, shoot.
When did you start playing football?
Started playing in 6th grade.
Which I would say that's pretty old compared to some of your teammates played.
Yeah, 2006 started. It's crazy.
So we'll get into all things retirement, but we are currently recording in New York City. We're here for something called Fanatics Fest, which there's actually going to be an episode coming out soon. I'm recording at Fanatics Fest, which is really cool.
Another retired guy.
Yeah, exactly. But we are in New York City, and then we're going on to Europe, and traveling has really not been like something new to us. We've been super grateful to be able to travel because the NFL, one, you made more money as somebody coming out of college than somebody else coming out of college. And you also have the off season. So every off season, we always booked an off season trip to like a really cool destination that we could only dream of going to. And so I feel like it's not new for us, like traveling, but it is new for us that you're not playing football. Like we don't have to come back.
I love how you're always so cautious explaining like the money thing. Like I made great money playing in the NFL and I had 5 months off. So
Somebody
it's like,
actually,
I'm going to go travel.
Yeah. Somebody actually called me out and was like, you need to stop like defending every single decision you make.
You're like, you made good money, but like that's just because you didn't have a job in college and you were at zero. So like, no, it's just like everybody, you just go the whole season, you get paid for 17 weeks out of the year, and then
like
you have
I'm feeling guilty
off.
right now that I haven't like prefaced like we are super grateful to be able to go on trip. Like I'm just so terrified of the internet.
Yeah, we all are.
But we are currently in New York. We're recording in New York, and I figured why not like sit down with Isaac and talk about his retirement because yeah, that's the thing.
Someone's got to do it.
Isaac woke up this morning and randomly ran a half marathon.
It's not even random. I'm going to run an ultra marathon. I'm going to run 100 miles, and everybody's going to be like, oh, you were like actually serious about that.
NFL, if you're listening to this, can you please take him back? Because this is what I have to freaking put up with. This man literally wakes up and he's like, I'm going to go run 8 miles. Be right back. And he goes, oh, actually, I just kept running. It was like 15.
The marathon, I did run a marathon just so like.
On a random morning.
It was a random Tuesday.
We actually had a lot to do that Tuesday, too.
Straight into a photo shoot. Highly not recommended. But that was kind of like that. I planned on running like, 13, whatever, and then ran 26.
Isaac came home from running 26 miles on a random Tuesday. Oh, wait, yeah, you did Uber home.
Because I was going to do 30, to be honest. I started running. I was like, I'm going to do 30 miles. And then got to 26 and sat down at a coffee shop to eat a croissant for energy. And literally.
Who looks to croissants for energy?
I just needed anything. I mean, go run 26 miles and then you'll feel that. But I needed anything. Sat down and I was like, I've hit my limit with my body.
Did you even walk to the Uber?
I went and sat in a random person's yard. It was bad. I felt like I was going to throw up because I was like, wow, I'm really gassed.
But then he comes home, chugs a beer, jumps in the pool, and then goes and showers, and then we had a photo shoot.
That's dog work right there.
I was like, is this what retirement is? Like your husband waking up, running a marathon, coming home, chugging a beer?
26 miles, catch a little buzz, photo shoot. It was great. It was a phenomenal day.
Okay. Well, I feel like we've had such a busy... Oh my God, this year has been crazy busy. We kind of referenced it in a different podcast episode. But like you've been traveling a ton. I've been traveling a ton.
We flip-flopped.
Yes. Which is like kind of nice, but kind of not nice.
Well, we prioritize our daughter. So it's like one of us is always with her. Like literally she's on the show and you just don't even know it. She's hiding behind this.
Yeah, you guys. She's wearing a green screen suit.
But no, it's good. It works out.
Yeah. So do you feel like you've been able to travel? Do you feel like, do you like traveling now that you're done with football? What?
No, it's just funny because we're like married. So you're asking me questions that you probably know the answer to. But
no, I actually don't know the.
Do I like traveling?
I know you like traveling. I'm saying like for all of these other opportunities, like you just went out to DC to like interview somebody. You're traveling a lot.
I interviewed Cory Booker. It's kind of a big deal. I love traveling. To be honest with you, in this era of having a child, traveling is kind of relaxing. Just the flight specifically. Like the time on the flight, TOF, time on flight, is like really relaxing to me. That's like just time to relax. And
I fully agree.
And I can control my workout schedule when I run or when I travel, so then I can like work out whenever, travel. It's great. It's great.
I was saying it more in terms of like the context of like, oh, you couldn't travel all the time when you were in football, but now you can because you're not.
I think having freedom is nice. Like not having to go, are we like, OTAs are happening. Like it's just free. Like, and I can also plan on, like, for instance, not to make running my personality, but I want to do the New York.
I think we all agree that you fully already have.
Okay.
Like,
you're right.
Yeah, no, you definitely have, which I think is healthy. It's a healthy thing to turn to when you're done with football instead of like, oh, I'm going to go party. I'm going to go drink. I'm going to go do this.
I guess you're right.
Like the worst thing to happen to me is I wake up in New York City alone because my husband's randomly running 13 miles. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to order something to eat for me and my daughter, and we're going to watch Mickey Mouse.
So... which is adorable. It sounds like a great morning. What I was going to say, though, is being able to plan, like I want to do the New York Marathon. So then I know that's November, and I can like be like, oh, yeah, I can commit to that. I'm not going to have a game, or I'm not waiting to get signed, so I can just like commit and don't have to stress.
Mm-hmm. Love that.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's kind of jump into some questions that people had. If you guys aren't aware, I go on my Sunday Sports Club podcast Instagram, and you can submit a question if you ever want to in the future. You don't have to. I'm not forcing you, but like you should. Biggest question that we got from listeners.
Whoa.
How are you enjoying retirement?
I love it. I actually love being retired.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm definitely not retired, but...
Wait, what?
I mean, I am, but like I'm...
Retired from the NFL.
Yeah.
Not from like
I've
jobs.
Finished my NFL career. But now I feel like I can do things that like I actually like doing, like my podcast. I that's just a passion project. I'm not like, it's just what I like to do. Or like even doing stuff with TV. Like I can put my full effort into it. And we just said this, but just like feeling like I can control the outcome. Like work in equals like a result. It's not just like waiting on somebody else to make a decision like the NFL is. And then obviously like working out, like I've realized this now. I feel like I loved football, but like I don't know that it was like my passion sport, like playing wise. Like I love talking about it.
What was your passion sport?
No, but I'm just saying, like I feel like I love running. Like I really love it. I don't know that I like went to like training camp and was like, I can't wait to practice. But I can't wait to do long, really difficult runs. It's just, I don't know, it's kind of interesting.
I also feel like the competitiveness of the NFL and like the politics that go into the NFL might also play a part in that.
Definitely burned me. It definitely made me, like, it stripped my passion from the game at the end. So
I was going to say that a lot of politics in the NFL pertaining to like, if somebody gets drafted higher than you or drafted the same position, the odds that you play goes down.
Yeah.
And it's not really only based off of are you good or not.
No, it's a wrap. If somebody gets drafted at your position and they get drafted first or second round, like it's a wrap. Like that person's going to play.
You love the game of football.
I love the game of football. I love talking about football. I love like evaluating football. I would love to coach football. I just feel like when I look back, I don't know. To answer your question, I'm loving retirement. I think that's the bigger thing. I'm happy that that part of my life is we've moved on.
Yeah. I'm like, at the beginning of this episode, Isaac was like, oh, you probably know the answer to all these. I'm like, we're only at question 1, and apparently I don't. I'm like, okay, moving on. What do you want your relationship with football to be, and are there any teams you're excited to root for?
It's a great question. You wrote all these out, right?
Mm-hmm. Annie.
My relationship with football now, I want to talk about it, obviously. Like, I love football, talking about it.
Yeah.
And I want to stay in the game. Like, I don't see a world where I'll ever just be, like, out of the game of football. whatever that looks like, right? But I think that's what I want my relationship to look like. And the second part of that question was,
what teams are you excited to root for? Do you have a team now that you've retired from the NFL?
I think the Chargers are kind of my team, but I don't have a team. I'm trying to think if I had to give my Super Bowl prediction right now, who I think it's going to be. To be honest with you, I think it's going to be the Ravens. If I had to give like an official prediction.
I don't think they're going to have a great season.
Is there something personal there?
Maybe.
Did you have another guest on this show that's got an affiliation with them?
No, I just not a huge fan of the Ravens.
No, they're probably. I mean, they've got everybody. They've got everybody. Like, their team is actually in a great position to go, but then you have the Bills. Like, I could go down a list of teams. So I don't have a team in particular.
I think I'm always going to root for the Chargers. I actually think the Chargers are going to make it far in playoffs this year.
They're just in a tough division. It's such a toss-up. They could be good and still not make it to a Super Bowl. It's happened numerous years. I was there. We went 12-4 and didn't make it past the wild card round. So, well, we did make it past the wild card round, but
yeah,
lost
I
after.
was there. I'm pretty sure you guys did.
The point is, it's a tough division, so TBD. But yeah, I think the Ravens.
I'm always rooting for my Lions as well, Detroit Lions.
I think I have to be careful. Yeah, I'll keep my mouth shut.
Yeah, you kind of have to. You do have to be careful, Isaac.
The Lions division. This will be my only boring football talk. The Lions division, NFC North, has totally changed. The game has changed there because they lost both of their coordinators, Ben Johnson. I'm blanking on the other dude's name right now. He's with the Jets. Doesn't matter. Not like I'm going to be doing broadcasting or anything. But that doesn't matter. The point is that team's going to look very different. And you got the Bears in that division, which I think like that those two teams playing is going to look a lot different than it's looked like in the past.
Yeah. Okay, that was boring football talk. We all know that summer is full of big moments. I'm talking weddings, vacations, endless photos, and if you're dealing with hair thinning or shedding, showing up can be a little tough. Nutrafol takes a whole body approach to hair growth, working from the inside out. So the sooner you start, the sooner you'll be feeling confident and focusing on what really matters most to you. You guys know I am such a big fan of Nutrafol. I originally started using them before I got pregnant, and then postpartum, about 3 or 4 months postpartum, I was like, okay, I need to add Nutrafol back into my regime because, my hair was falling out in clumps. Once I started taking Nutrafol, I saw a noticeable difference. That was based off my personal experience. And then after the year, I just switched back to their regular Nutrafol, whereas in postpartum, obviously I was taking the postpartum. So if you guys are new to hearing about Nutrafol, Nutrafol is the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement brand, and it's trusted by over 1.5 million people. Anything truly worthwhile takes time and effort, and with Nutrafol, you can see thicker, stronger, faster growing hair and less shedding in just 3 to 6 months. So this summer, stop worrying about your hair and start making memories. For a limited time, Nutrafol is offering our listeners $10 off your first month subscription and free shipping when you go to Nutrafol.com and enter promo code SUNDAY. Find out why Nutrafol is the best-selling hair growth supplement brand at Nutrafol.com, spelled Nutrafol.com, promo code SUNDAY. That's Nutrafol.com, promo code SUNDAY. You guys know I am currently in my healthy era. I feel like I should always be in my healthy era, but that's a different conversation. But I need to take a second to talk about Symbiotica because I'm such a big fan of Symbiotica. I first discovered them back when me and Isaac were living in Cleveland because I was just looking to live a healthier lifestyle back then. And I have been obsessed with them ever since. I remember going on their website, taking a little quiz because at that time I really didn't know like what supplement to take, when to take it, how many to add into my routine. So I remember taking a little quiz and I was full send and I was so like, okay, I'm going to take this and this and this. And I truly just fell in love with them. And something I take every single day is the Symbiotica NMN. I recommend all of my friends to take it, and I've successfully influenced a lot of them. But I want to take a second to talk about Symbiotica as a company because I trust their products so much. I remember listening to the Symbiotica owner going on one of my friends' podcasts, and ever since that episode, I realized like how authentic they are as a brand, and they truly just want to like contribute to the wellness space in such a positive way. So I take a few of their supplements. The NMN is one of my favorite. Like, I recommend that to every single person I talk to. But they recently came out with a new product, their liquid colostrum. We've all heard the hype around the liquid colostrum. It supports hair, skin, and nails. It helps maintain a healthy gut lining. And the great thing about Symbiotica's liquid colostrum, one, it's liquid and it's going to taste good. So it's in liquid form, which means faster nutrient absorption. And the flavor is vanilla sea salt, which is so tasty. Another supplement I love from them is their magnesium L-threonate. So the benefits of that is that it's going to enhance focus and reduce brain fog. It's going to balance your mood and be a little calming, which I feel like I can definitely use. It also helps support stress management and supports a restful sleep. So moms, you should be listening to what I'm saying right now. And again, it is the liposomal delivery, which means faster nutrient absorption, and the flavor is vanilla cream flavor. So you can mix these into a drink or a smoothie if you want. I go ahead and I just like put it in my mouth, suck it out, and I'm good to go. But again, I love Symbiotica so much. If you've been following me on social media, you probably already know that. So if you guys are interested in checking out Symbiotica or any of their products, go to symbiotica.com/Sunday today to get 20% off plus free shipping. That's symbiotica.com/Sunday to get 20% off plus free shipping. All right, you guys, the 4th of July has come and gone, but there's still a lot of summer left, and Macy's has everything that I need to get the most out of it. I recently undertook a project, and it has been revamping my husband's wardrobe. A few weeks ago, I learned that my husband doesn't pre-plan out his outfits before going on trips. He just packs a bunch of pants and a bunch of shirts, and then he thinks that they'll just become outfits. So before one of our trips, I took a little trip to Macy's, got him a few things, and we sat in the kitchen while he tried on all of his new outfits. And it was so much fun because, one, Macy's has so many different brands. So like we can try out different fits from different brands all in the same place. And two, they have a lot of cute, stylish things. Like it was very European summer, the things that I got for Isaac. But again, they have so many different things to choose from and things for the whole family. So not just Isaac, but also for women, for kids, for babies, home decor. Like truly, they have it all. Brands like Tory Burch, Dolce & Gabbana, Ninja, Cuisinart, Hotel Collection, bedding and sheets, which, oh my gosh, you guys, their sheets so freaking comfortable to sleep on, especially during the summer. Like it's hot and I need some sheets that are going to look cooler on my body. Isaac loves a good cooling sheet too. Some other categories they have swim for the whole family. They have cover-ups, shorts, linen dresses. Oh my gosh, I have been living in linen this summer. It is so lightweight, cute, easy to throw on, and Macy's has a ton of it. And you can shop your summer favorites now at Macy's.com or in store. My husband Isaac played football for a lot of different teams. I still remember how we'd be on pins and needles waiting to find out if we'd be back for a second year at the end of each first year. Well, with Discover Cashback Match at the end of your first year, you'll have a pretty good idea of what's in store for you. That's because Discover will automatically double the cashback you've earned on your credit card at the end of your first year. And there's no limit to how much Discover will match. So feel confident knowing that you could use that towards the things you need, because you absolutely deserve a refreshingly great experience with your credit card. And here's something else I just found out about. Discover is accepted at 99% of the places that take credit cards nationwide. That percentage is based on the February 2025 Nielsen report. That means coffee shops in LA or restaurants in Indy or hair salons in Cleveland, all of which are places that Isaac played for. He played for a lot of different teams. It pays to Discover. See terms at discover.com/credit card. Who are current players that you think will leave a lasting legacy?
That are currently playing?
Yeah. Do you watch football?
No, I'm just trying to think of a good answer here. Here's my prediction. I think Ashton Jeanty just got drafted 6th overall to the Raiders. I think he's going to leave a lasting impression. I think he's going to be great in that organization. Pete Carroll's the head coach. He's coached Marshawn Lynch. It's like a perfect situation for his type of running back ability. Mm-hmm. He's at 0, right, because he hasn't even played one NFL game. But I think he's going to be a guy that is going to be talked about for a long time. And he's very likable, which matters a ton.
Does he have a girlfriend?
I don't know, but he knew who you were when I interviewed him.
He probably has a girlfriend.
He's like, oh, my God, dude, I love your TikTok content. Your wife is so much cooler than you.
Honestly, I know that's exactly how the conversation went. Wait,
I gotta say this though. I interviewed every single rookie skill position player that was like in the high drafts or high up in the draft, and they all came on and they were like, yeah, like, I'm out here grinding, like trying to act all cool. Then we went to a cocktail hour that night and they were with their girlfriends, and they were like, bro, like my girl made me come over here, like she's a huge fan of you and your wife. Like it was just funny to see them like then try to act cool in front of their girls, like, yeah, like we were talking earlier, like
you're like, bro, you hated me.
I'm like, you were acting brand new 4 hours ago.
I feel like that's part of like athletes.
It was also
you kind of act different around your teammates than you act around me. Well, I hope so. Like, I hope you're not kissing them.
It was funny though because they don't know who I am in that setting. It's not, if they don't have TikTok, it's not like they're like, oh my God, Isaac Rochell, Hall of Fame player, dude, nice. They're like, who is this guy? I was working with Microsoft talking about AI. They're like, who's this guy? This is
a Microsoft rep.
They're like, this
especially
guy.
Now that you've like
some of the people thought I worked for Microsoft. I'm like, bro, I don't work for Microsoft.
Like I work with them, but not for them. Wait, that's actually so funny. So I saw an article, which you gotta take every article with a grain of salt. I've seen articles about me, and I'm like, who the fuck are they talking? Like, what is that actually about me? Because I'm confused. But so you have to take everything with a grain of salt. But this is going somewhere juicy. Apparently, Tom Brady, who is not a majority holder of the Raiders,
A minority.
I said not a majority.
Yeah.
So that does equal minority.
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, call it whatever you want.
Cool. He apparently didn't want to draft a certain person. It's interesting because do you think players should be able to make decisions like that? I mean, now he literally owns part of the Raiders. So, like, I feel like if you own the Raiders, like, that's fine. But I'm saying players. Do you think players, like, on an NFL team should have any say to, like, what they think the team needs?
No.
No?
Absolutely not.
Really?
It's not realistic. I mean, what would that look like? I think if you have...
You think not even a quarterback?
Let me rephrase that. Because I think the broad answer is no, but I think if you want to get specific, yeah, if you've got Tom Brady on the Patriots when they had won 4 Super Bowls and you're going into whatever the next season was, yeah, Tom, what do you want? Who do you need? Who do you think we need here? Like, what pieces do you think we need to fill? The reason the answer is still no, though, is because, one, you don't want that energy in your locker room. You don't want a receiver that's going to end up getting released because Tom Brady said he wanted to draft a receiver. You don't want that, right? And then the other piece is I would have been like literally never draft a defensive end. It's like not a healthy relationship to have.
I mean, yeah, but I've seen players who like don't get along with other players on the team and then end up leaving.
Yeah. I think a better situation would just be having a GM and an owner that's really in tune with what their team needs. Like know what the needs of the team are.
I feel like that's the bare minimum. I feel like that's your husband asking you on a date like on Valentine's Day.
Yeah, but why do the Browns have 5 quarterbacks on their roster right now?
I don't know what the Browns are doing.
So it's like you hope that would be the situation, but then
remember when you got cut for a quarterback?
For a 4th-string quarterback? Yeah. And then you asked me why I like running more than going to training camp.
Yeah. Okay, touche. How are you going to tell Scotty about your experience in the NFL? We're just going to pretend like it never happened. Irrelevant now.
This is crazy, but this is my manifestation. I hope that it doesn't even matter. Like, I hope it's such a thing it's just like a thing on my resume. I hope by the time she's old enough to understand that she's like, my dad's doing so many more cool things. And like, oh yeah, my dad also played in the NFL. Like,
yeah.
did you even know that? Yeah. Like, I hope it's a fun fact and not like
the glory days. Like, oh my God, back in the day where like all of her friends come over and they're like, Mr. Isaac, we heard that story 5 times.
Yeah. Like, even on my like podcast when I'm interviewing people, like I don't talk about the NFL at all. And I don't want that to be, that's my foot in the door thing. Like, I can say, hey, I played 7 years in the NFL, and people are like, oh my God, that's crazy. And they talk to me, but I hope we're going to move on from that. Scotty will have way bigger, cooler things to talk about.
Yeah. I do think that what's next in your career, I think is going to be a cooler aspect to bring Scotty into that. Like the idea of you bringing her to like work with you for a day, like that's something I think about. I'm like, oh my God, that's going to be so special.
Yeah, career day. Just turn on the TV. My dad will be on there. Like,
Exactly.
It's kind of crazy.
During your retirement episode, you admitted that you cried after every practice when you were little. What would you do if Scotty did the same?
That's challenging. I think unfortunately.
You cried out, Isaac? There's no,
like,
please don't come for me. Oh my God. Because I know people are going to come for me. The mom community can be very, not the parent community can be judgmental, but.
I think I would definitely evaluate the situation. Like, there's certain situations that warrant crying, and then there's certain situations that objectively shouldn't be a crying situation with little kids. And I think maybe I'd just approach it from that perspective. Like, if she's like...
I think there's like a fine line, right?
Well, and there's also a healthy amount of adversity. Like, if she's like... If she came home and was like, I don't like my coach... I feel like I would discuss that with you, but I would never be like, encourage that. Because there's like a healthy relationship that needs to exist between a player and a coach. If you don't like your coach, that's fine, but like you still have to like respect your coach.
I would be like, why do you not like your coach?
Yeah.
But
then I'd call the coach and be like, dude, what are you doing? I'm going to be that dad. I promise you that.
No, Isaac's acting like he's not going to be the fucking coach.
I will be the coach.
Yeah, you're acting like you're not going to be coaching your kids' sports.
She's going to be playing soccer, and all the parents going to be like, bro, you literally didn't play soccer. And I'm going to be like, bro, literally get out of my face.
No, unfortunately, I feel that.
It's a problem.
I'm going to be sitting in a nice little lawn chair with
you want me to be a coach. You want to be a coach's wife so bad. You give coach's wife energy. Don't get it twisted.
At the NFL level or at the kid level?
You give high school head coach's wife energy.
Because I'm hot. Yeah, all head coaches for football in high school, their wives are hot.
It's giving who's the Blind
Friday Night
Side
Lights. It's giving
actor? The mom.
Connie Britton.
It's giving Connie Britton.
Yeah, I'll give that any day. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would love that. Oh my God, people be like, oh my God, that's his wife. Holy shit, bro.
Run the ball. You're gonna be there. Okay.
Run the dang ball. What do you feel you guys? Oh, somebody asked us this. What do you guys feel you've learned as a couple and family while discussing retirement?
I mean, look, we can sit here and romanticize my retirement. I quite literally didn't get a phone call. Yeah. I mean, I was like very forced into retirement. I would have played another year if I would have been getting blown up. So, but it wasn't like we were like, kumbaya, it's time.
Like, I think it's time to make the call. His agent's like, bruh, nobody's been calling for you.
No, it was over.
But I do think that we did just start discussing retirement when your last year with the Raiders. I mean, your last year in the NFL. Because I feel like it was just like a natural progression. Like, we just kind of knew like that was next. It wasn't like, oh, what team are you going to next year? It was more so like, okay.
Well, we can be specific though, because I remember it was probably like, I would say like June, and I remember telling you like, hey, I think I want to retire, and you were like, you should just wait and see if you get signed. Because I was like over. I mean, I was like, I also didn't want the season to start and just be the guy sitting around waiting on a phone call.
Yeah.
Which happened.
I feel like you had a lot of like, you went back and forth on like retiring before the football season or retiring in the middle or retiring after. You didn't want to retire after, which unfortunately you ended up happening. I think we talked about it and you're like, I want to get to like week 8. And if I haven't gotten a phone call, I'm going to retire.
But then it's like, let's just finish the year.
But then it was like, whatever. And then are you disappointed of how you retired?
It doesn't even matter. I mean, I think I think it was a good journey. I think we did it the right way. We waited a year.
Yeah. The only thing that you spoke to me about retirement and like I feel like the hesitancy, which some people might understand more from this perspective, is like the idea of you playing in a game and your daughter being in the stadium.
Would have liked to do that.
That was not in a uterus, you know? Because she went to plenty of them.
I did start to watch games and I would just see like the violent collisions, and I did start to be like, I'm so far out of it, like, because it wasn't like I was putting on cleats every day, like out there. I was just like, I don't even feel connected to this, and then I see the violence. I'm like, I don't know. I kind of lost that want to do that.
Okay.
During the season.
You're like, I think I want to take up running.
Yeah, it's like maybe I don't
I
want
think
to
it
run
would look
into
really
another.
good in like spandex shorts, like running shorts. Yeah, totally. People always ask women when they want to have another kid, is there something you want to achieve before baby number 2?
No. I'm fully ready for another kid.
Isaac, okay. Seriously?
I'm answering the question.
You guys, Isaac's like, yeah, I would have a baby yesterday.
I think the only thing.
You don't have to grow it.
Yeah. So my timeline's based on you. I don't have to do anything.
It's like people are like, oh my God, your husband ran like a marathon today. I'm like, I built bones. So it's like not that impressive.
Yeah, you're like, there's levels.
Your little bit of marathon. You had to Uber home from.
Okay, that's crazy. That's actually crazy.
But so there's nothing you want to achieve before baby number 2?
No.
Is there? Okay, so when I do get pregnant with baby number 2, is there something that you would want to take advantage of while we only have one kid?
I think we're already doing that. I feel very confident with the way that we've done things. Like, I feel like I've taken I'll speak for myself. I feel like I've taken advantage of the time.
My issue is I'm getting antsy to like get pregnant with baby number 2 again. But like, every time I'm like, oh, I could this month. And I'm like, oh, wait, no. I need to do this first. Or, oh, wait, hold on. What about this?
Yeah.
But it's like there's no perfect time.
You also have 9 months. We're
growing it. That's the point.
Saying,
what am I got to do before?
All those things you're talking about, it's like
I got cute outfits that need to be worn before.
That is what it is. But it's like leaving the paper off and you have a week left that'd be great. You have like a day left to do it. That's what's gonna happen. You get pregnant and you're like, all these things I need to do. Well, I better do it before the second kid comes. It would definitely accelerate your process of getting stuff done really fast. Because you know how much it takes now.
Isaac clearly, oh my God, you're so out of touch, Isaac.
What?
Because you don't know what pregnancy tired is.
I don't.
Isaac, I think one time compared it to like post-game tired.
You're literally making that up.
That's
I've
not true.
never made that comparison.
I remember Isaac coming home when he was still playing for the Raiders and I was pregnant, and he would come home and be like, I'm so tired. I'm like, yeah, same. I'm like, I actually like to play the comparison game because I'm going to win.
Yeah, you do. I don't.
Anyways, so there's nothing.
Yeah.
So if I said I was pregnant with baby number 2 right now.
I would be ecstatic.
Fuck, okay. I'm not there yet. You guys know I have lived the craziest and most chaotic life in the past few years with moving every 6 months, and I wish I had discovered Cort Furniture Rental a little bit sooner because it would have made my life a lot easier. If you guys are new to hearing about Cort Furniture Rental, they help every house or apartment feel like a home on day 1 with high quality furnishings and expert service. You can achieve furniture freedom when you need it. So let's say you get a new job and you're moving somewhere new and you don't quite want to bite the bullet and get some new furniture. Cort Furniture Rental. Let's say you move off campus or you're moving short term. Cort Furniture Rental. Maybe you even have temporary furniture needs. I feel like I'm the type of person that can be very indecisive when it comes to furniture in my home, which is funny because it's like one of my favorite things is shopping for furniture. But whether you want to, let's say you want to switch out your couch for a few months, you can check out Cort Furniture Rental. Or maybe a new rug, coffee table. Maybe you just even want to like spice up your current space with like a few added pieces. With Cort Furniture Rental, they have custom packages that fit your space and your life. They have lease terms that can change with you and also professional deliveries, setup, and pickup. So really, you don't have to lift a finger, which is another bonus to Cort Furniture Rental. So like if you have a new job or you're moving to a new city across town, you need furniture that adapts to you and fast, Cort offers flexibility, quality, and convenience no matter where life takes you. And again, they're going to help make your house feel like a home on day 1. And I feel like it can take a while to make your house feel like a home. So I'm all for that. You can select one of Cort's move-in ready packages, give them a few details about your space, and their experts will do the rest. And again, white glove delivery, setup, assembly, plus they'll pick it all up when you're done with your chapter, your school, or your job. They have so many to choose from too. They have a large inventory of high quality and stylish furniture that allow you to feel at home. So if you guys are interested, build your own furniture rental package today at cort.com. That's CORT.com/podcast. This summer, I am go, go, go with trips here and trips there and running around chasing after my toddler because she is running these days, or even just running summer errands. I need shoes that can keep up with me, but also that look cute while doing it because don't we all feel way more confident when we look cute? I know I do. So I want to take a second to talk about Vionic because they have the best essential styles for everyday wear to help you keep up with your summer schedule. So, Vionic's exclusive VioMotion technology is kind of what sets them apart. They began by revolutionizing medical orthotics, and today they are committed to harnessing that medical foundation in the advancement of biomechanics to engineer significantly better performing shoes that strengthen your natural movement while aligning and balancing you feet first. So, two of the shoes that I absolutely love and have to talk about right now are the Uptown Willa and the Uptown Loafer. Super cute shoes, also super comfortable. Okay. So, these are going to be your new everyday essential. The Uptown Willa is Vionic's most coveted style. It is part sneaker, part mock. It has a streamlined design that delivers wearable well being for your feet, which also affects your mental health, I feel like, because if my feet are comfortable and I don't have to complain about my feet hurting after a long day, I'm all for it. I think something I take for granted are comfortable shoes because when I'm wearing these, I don't even have to think about it. They're super comfy, they move with my feet, and they look cute while doing it. So I love Vionic. I highly recommend y'all checking them out, especially if you're revamping your summer wardrobe, which you guys know I am. So be sure to check out Vionic and use code Sunday at checkout for 15% off your entire order at www.vionicshoes.com when you log into your account. First time use only. Vionic shoes, wearable well-being for your feet. How has your fitness routine changed since retirement? Do you want me to run a marathon with you?
I would love if you ran a marathon. Like, I would love.
That's on my list of things to do before I get pregnant. Ask me if I've started training.
You can know. That's the thing. Not to go off on a tangent. I literally, in the last month and a half, I've hit 2 PRs. One was a half marathon and the other one was a marathon.
Like, even the word PR, sorry.
Personal record. It's a general term for, like, I don't know what other. Okay, let me answer the question, though. Yes, I think it'd be really fun. I think you, like, forget me. I think you would be proud of yourself. I think it would be cool for me to see you be proud of yourself. Yeah.
I was actually on one of my podcast episodes. I had Anna Satar on here, and we made like the verbal agreement that we would run a marathon together. My thing is that if I'm forced to run a marathon, which nobody's forcing me except myself, but if I'm going to run a marathon, why would I not do it in a really cool place like Hawaii?
I mean, name the time and place.
I'm not running a marathon in Michigan. I'm not doing that.
There's no better feeling.
No offense to Michigan, but like I'm not running a marathon in like a place that doesn't have like the most beautiful scenery.
Yeah, I think it'd be so good for you.
That's out of touch that I just said that.
I'm still stuck on you running it. I think it would just be so cool for you. And I do think it would be just really healthy for you to challenge your mind in that way. Like, I think you would find value in it.
Challenge my mind. I had a C-section while awake. That's mind challenging enough.
That was crazy.
Isaac almost passed out. I was like, buddy, you're not on the table.
I would have died before I passed out. You wouldn't have caught me passed out. Mm-hmm. I was not going to be that guy.
Okay. Do you have any prediction for football season? Who do you think's going to be a bad team? I'm kidding. Don't answer that.
I mean, I can tell you who I think is going to be awful.
No, don't tell me that. Well, don't tell them. Tell me later.
Yeah, I have a team that I think is going to be really, really bad.
Any other predictions?
I think this is definitely going to be a true, it's going to be more even this year. I think there's so many teams that are going to be good. I also think the Patriots are going to be really good. I don't think really? I don't know that they're going to be like old Patriots because I don't know.
Does it have anything to do with Belichick's new fiance?
Oh, Belichick's with UNC.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
That shows how much I know. I'm like,
Vrabel is the new head coach of the Patriots.
Vrabel.
Aaron Glenn, by the way, was the Jets guy that I blanked on his name earlier. But great. You're like, congrats.
Congrats.
I think the Patriots are gonna be good. But I think it's going to be even. There's so many good you think about the AFC. There's so
Are
many
you just
good
saying that
teams.
because our favorite couple
Spillane
went to the Patriots?
Scott Booker, who recruited me at Notre Dame, is now coaching for the Patriots too. I was texting him today about Spillane.
You going to come out of retirement?
Yeah. Listen, if the Patriots wanted to sign me, I would come out of retirement today.
Really?
Absolutely. I would be such a good special teams guy right now. I wish I would have been this way when I played.
Okay. New England Patriots.
Just give me a workout. Give me a workout. I will go work out. I would actually love if a team gave me a workout now because I think I'd do a lot better than. Actually, I'm tripping.
Yeah.
I'm tripping.
You're tripping.
I haven't sprinted.
Because you're running marathons.
Yeah, my whole nervous system's different. I scratch everything I said.
No. Call them. That would be fun.
Patriots, though. But I think it's going to be even, especially in the AFC. But I think the Patriots are going to be really, really good.
What are you both looking forward to in this new chapter of your life?
New chapter being post-retirement.
Yeah.
I think the sky is the limit for us. I feel like there was such a ceiling in the NFL. Like, I feel like I'm starting a new career. I'm 30. I look around at the people that are in my career now. Mm-hmm. They're all much older than me. So it tells me two things. One, I can do it for a long time. And two, I'm ahead of schedule. So I'm just like, I'm head down grinding at everything I do. But and for you too, like, it's like the sky's the limit.
It's
now,
kind of like a new era. It's weird because not even rebranding because like I'm still the same person, but it is interesting having like, okay, what do I want the next few years to look like? Like, what are my short-term goals? What are my long-term goals? I do feel like for a long time I was kind of sacrificing like stuff I wanted to do because I was like, okay, I got to move to Cleveland, got to move to Indiana, like kind of putting some stuff on hold that now I really want to be like more in the community that I live in.
Yeah.
Which I've never talked about this online, I don't think, before, but I really want to open a coffee shop. And like literally in the beginning works to do that, which is going to make me a lot more busy. I was like, I want to slow down. I don't think that's going to happen, but just like, I just feel like there are like different goals that now I have. And it's weird because it feels more of like an open pasture.
Yeah. You're definitely in a discovery phase, which I think is good. It's the first time in your life really that you've been in a discovery phase.
Maybe that's why I'm having a little midlife crisis.
Yeah.
But it's also it's so interesting because like at the age of 30, like we like built our dream home. We own our home. We like have money from the NFL. Like we are so far ahead of like what people typically are at the age of 30. And it's like the NFL gave us like this jump start to our life. And now it's like, okay, like what are you passionate about? What do you want to do? And it's actually like, I'm so grateful for that because now we kind of get to like, what makes me happy? I've thought about going back to nursing school.
Yeah, I'm like, let's not. It's
Wait, you don't want me to?
No.
Wow.
No.
Wait, really?
I mean, if you asked me a yes or no question, so I'm just saying no. I can explain, but
okay, that's weird. I supported you for 7 years in the NFL, moved to Indiana and Cleveland, but okay, noted.
I mean, start tomorrow. Let's roll. I'll be your biggest fan.
No, that's not what you just said.
It's all relative though. The journey is relative. Like it's just our version of it. But yeah, 30s will be fun.
Do you have anything exciting coming up?
New job?
Yeah, Isaac has a new job. Hasn't put pen to paper just yet. It's funny because with the NFL, we're so used to waiting to like announce exciting news because we're like, well, what if you get cut before you get signed? I don't know, but it's weird because it's like an actual job.
Well, you bring up a good point.
The NFL was a real job.
No, but it was
very real. Yeah, it was very real.
Yeah, but you can have a bad practice and lose it, right? It's not like that
in
this world. Like they can't. I could sue them if they just release me. It's not like it's not the same way. Mm-hmm. So you bring up a good point, though. I was going to say, the NFL does force you to be very fight or flight when it comes to work. Everything is like, everything matters. Every situation matters. You're going to lose your job. This is not that. Now, that's a healthy place to be because I'm going to grind at it. But starting a new job, I am going to full send with the marathon thing, running a marathon in 4 weeks. It'll be my first official marathon. And then I want to do an ultra marathon, which I feel like even that seems crazy to talk about, but it'll be fun. And then my podcast, which has been a blast, interviewed Gavin Newsom, which was crazy.
Yeah, I'm actually so happy you brought up your podcast, because why the fuck does my husband have a podcast and I've never been a guest?
I'm ready when you are.
I'm actually so curious.
Like, how long do we have the studio for? Let's run it.
I know you want to ask like questions to guests that you have on your podcast, like that have never been asked before. I want people to go over to Isaac's Instagram DMs and submit questions that you've been dying to know, and I'll answer them. Like, no topic is off the table.
Well, we have the same social person. She'll edit this, and we can do a joint post, and we can see what people would suggest.
Yeah. I'm an open book, but I do feel like there are things that I have never talked about.
Oh, for your episode, it would just be fishbowl. We'd pull questions out, and it would just, you have to answer.
I'm kind of scared.
Good.
Great. I'm going to get canceled. Anyways, rapid fire before we end today's episode. I always do this with my guests, and
I'm excited.
You're a guest.
I don't know. I feel like I have to close my eyes to do it.
No, you can definitely leave them open. Vintage jerseys or modern?
Vintage.
Flag football or touch football?
Flag football.
Be the funniest in the room or the smartest?
The smartest.
I would be funniest.
Generally, the funniest person is the
Checks
smartest. I feel like you have to be
witty.
You have to be smart to be witty.
Maybe. Hot tub or cold plunge for recovery?
I mean, we're getting into. I could get detailed with this.
These are my fucking rapid fire questions, Isaac.
I would say generally.
It's not your podcast.
I would say that's a tough question.
No,
cold tub.
Really? Coaching Scotty's team or watching from the sidelines?
Coaching. The last thing I need is a coach that doesn't know what they're doing coaching my daughter.
Okay. Who is the GOAT? Patrick Mahomes or Tom Brady?
It's Tom Brady. More rings, longer career, obviously.
Does he have more rings?
Yeah.
How many more?
Isaac,
if you're going to be on football, you're going to know that.
Let's see. Mahomes has 3, correct? And then
younger.
Brady has 7. Brady has 7 rings. That's crazy. I played 7 years.
And none from a wife.
And he has, I mean.
Sorry.
Brady came out and said he neglected his family during his football career. How could he not say that, though?
I love when people are self-aware.
Yeah.
Being a podcast guest or a podcast host?
Host.
I like being a guest.
Really?
Yeah, because I feel like I like answering questions. I'm self-absorbed. Anyways, thank you guys so much for tuning in to this episode of Sunday Sports Club podcast. Be sure to tune in next Sunday. Thank you so much for listening. And Isaac, thanks for coming on.
Anytime. Same time tomorrow.